Hey, how you doing? I just want to talk about. I went down the shop this morning, and I went early in the morning to the bank to just take out some money. And of course, I was being followed around by these invisible gang stalkers everywhere I go. And I was taking money out, and the guy inside the shop said, you know, he's not going in the computer. He's not going inside the computer. And so they obviously have some sort of computer which downloads people's consciousness, steals your soul, traps you inside a computer or some sort. And the way these gang stalkers tried to trap me is they tried to trap me sexually. They tried to turn me into a paedophile and a rock spider. And, they're pretty much blame me for ruining their rock spiderhood and their fatherhood and things like that. And I get followed around everywhere I go by these people, hit with frequencies, get tortured. I've been raped, all those things, assaulted, you name it. Have my family, friends turn on me, everyone. And and then there's just a stranger, like you hear a stranger telepathically telling you you're not going inside a computer. You understand? They do have computers which downloads people's consciousness, and they're trying to, like, for TIs, out there, they try to download your consciousness inside a computer. You understand? They try to trap you inside a computer some way. And they told me that I'm not going inside a computer because I'm being followed around by these invisible gang stalkers everywhere I go. And everybody, I don't want to go in their computer anyway, because all they did was rape and torture me and things like that anyway. And I don't think it would be a very good party or anything inside that computer anyway. I think all those people in the computer are going to rape each other, torture each other, rip each other apart pretty much inside this computer, because that's all I've experienced with these gang stalkers is pain. All I know from these gang stalkers is mental torture, pain, agony, depression, feelings of suicide, all kinds of fucking things that go through your mind, because they manipulate your whole family, they manipulate your friends, they manipulate everybody you know, and they've pretty much downloaded all your friends and family inside a computer. They've downloaded everyone you know inside a computer. You understand? They've got somehow I think they've got massive supercomputers all over the world, right? They've got these massive supercomputers run by AI and all that, and they're downloading people's consciousness on computers. And I just heard it firsthand from any Joe Blow at the shop, that I'm taking money out of the bank, and he tells me I'm not going inside the fucking computer. You understand? They obviously have some sort of type of computer. And I just want to tell the TIs out there, you understand? They're trying to trap you, They're trying to accuse you of being a paedophile, all kinds of stuff like that. And then they suck you inside this computer, you understand? And, it's like a prison, you understand? They want to trap you, and, you won't be able to defend yourself. Once you go inside this computer, you won't be able to defend yourself, nothing. You'll be trapped inside a hell, you understand? Where people are just being tortured and being manipulated and being used and being, sex trafficked, all that inside this computer. And people are also, they give them other identities. They give people like different names, the whole lot. You understand? They change your whole identity. You won't even remember who you are, basically in the future. In the future, you'll have no recollection. You'll be vibrating on such a low level that the AI will just be running you like a robot, like a machine, more or less. And, you'll just be hive-minded inside, like the Borg from Star Trek. you'll be like these Borg robots that pretty much, do all these evil deeds and things like that, and just be like a machine more or less, with no emotions, no feelings and things. And it's very robotic in nature. And it's ridiculous. Like, I can't go anywhere. I get gang stalked everywhere. And some guy just randomly tells me I'm not going inside a computer. And I just want to tell you, they've got computers, you understand, that suck in your consciousness, steal your soul, all kinds of things. And they try to turn you into a paedophile. They try to turn you into a homo, arsonist, murderer, any way for you to break the law and things like that. They try to for you to fail. This whole program, this gang stalking program, is for you to mentally break down, is for you to have a mental breakdown, so that they can trap you in this computer or whatever they're trying to do to people. And they've trapped everyone's consciousness inside these computers. You understand? And they've taken over the world. They've taken over everybody in the world. And I'm just going to the bank, everything like that. I get gaslit, I get attacked by people, just random people. I've never met that person in my life. I never even looked their way. You understand? But they always have to put their nose in my business and attack me for no reason at all. And they're telling me I'm not going inside a computer and all this sort of stuff, man. I don't want to go in their fucking computer anyway. They'll probably rape me and torture me and all that sort of stuff anyway. And all I want to do is just kill these people inside the computer. All I want to do is just fucking defend myself. You know what I mean? All I want to do is just protect myself inside this computer or whatever. You know what I mean? They've done nothing but create a hell in my life. These people, these invisible gang stalkers, are hell raisers. They're hell raisers. They're home wreckers. They wrecked my home. They created a hell for me, And as it goes the same for a lot of people out there in the world, who are getting gang stalked and getting gaslit and followed around. They've created this hell for us already on Earth. You can imagine what it's going to be like inside this computer. It's going to be like free for all, like fucking everyone's just going to be fucking attacking each other left, right and center inside these computers, And, it's just like they're turning people into robots, and it's very hive-minded. It's like the Borg in Star Trek and that. And, like you'll just get any random person coming up to you, just like, they just don't want to help. They don't want to help people. They don't want to do nothing. All people think about is themselves. People are selfish, self-centered, aggressive, negative. They just do nothing but put people down, humiliate people, ridicule people. That's their lives basically, you know what I mean? Going around just fucking attacking random innocent people, who've done nothing wrong to start with. And they're trying for you to fuck up and break all the rules and slip up. They want you to have a mental breakdown. They want you to do all those things, and you'll just get all these random people attacking you. You know what I mean? I go to take money out of the bank, and then, I just got these random people telling me I'm not going inside a computer, because they have computers that download consciousness, and that just proves it to me. You know what I mean? That everyone's gone. Everyone's already downloaded inside these computers, and they just got these actors running around with these fake people running around, gaslighting people, gang stalking people. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. You just like they want to download you in a computer. And with that being said, take care.